Welcome to Our Town. Dorothy Thompson speaking to you from in front of the Center Cinema. Becoming Led Zeppelin. There are other things going on, and not just here, but at Starlite 14, and we'll tell you about that next. Well, we're headed now down to Starlite 14 Outdoor Theater, and we'll find out about the season that you can look forward to.
Here we are at the Starlite 14 Outdoor Theater. Trent, you are the manager of
Yes.
both here and downtown?
Correct.
Okay, now what is this contraption?
This is our satellite. This is how we get the movies. They get beamed in here, and then we just can download them directly to the projector. Before we had to get drives, physical hard drives that got shipped here. Then you'd ingest it there. Now we can do it all digitally. It's much easier. It saves shipping costs. It saves the
Loss.
Yeah. It's just a lot easier for us, and it's just the way of the future at this point. We've had this for maybe a couple months. We got it late last year, and it was great last year, and we're looking forward to using it again this year.
So when, let's say a movie starts at, I don't know, what is it, 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock?
Yeah.
When do you get that signal, or when is it sent to you?
Normally it'll be sent to us like Monday or Tuesday or Sunday, like beginning of the week. So we have a week long to kind of get it ingested, get the keys ingested, and then test the movie, make sure it all looks good. The keys get sent via email, and you can't play the movie without the keys. So the content is all through the satellite, and then there's just a line of code that basically says, yep, you can play this movie, and it checks it off for us, and then you can play the movie. So this is a big part of it, but it's not the whole thing. We still need something else sent via email. It's like just a line of code that tells the projector they're allowed to play this.
So I'm sure it's fairly compressed. I mean, can 4K be sent, or is it just 2K?
I think it's just 2K.
Okay,
I believe
that's Blu-ray. It's good.
I believe they can send 4K, but we show everything in 2K anyway.
Yep.
And I mean, they can send hundreds and hundreds of gigs of files, because some of the movies will be 100 to 200. I think the most I've seen is like 270. Some of the long ones can get up to 270.
Okay.
Like, I think if it's pushing 2.5 hours, they're probably pushing 250 plus.
What would
gigabytes.
be a movie that would be over 2? Is Wicked over 2.5?
Yeah, that one was pretty big. I think that might only been like 230, but that was still a pretty big movie file for sure.
Okay. Well, what else? I guess we could look at the projector and talk about aspect ratios and all the geeky stuff.
I don't know if they want to hear all that, but we did get a new server on the projector. So now it matches the one at the indoor, the projector server-wise.
Okay.
That thing was pretty dated. I want to say 8 or 9 years old. So it was due for a change, and we upgraded it late last year. And yeah, now the interface matches the indoor projectors verbatim. The projector's still a lot beefier out here, but the software and interface that we use to communicate with it is the exact same. So it's much easier going back and forth than it was before.
Okay, so you can send this information, this movie downtown?
No. We have satellites downtown that play, but now the interface, the web interface we use to like schedule the movies, to ingest content, to make the playlist for everything, that is all the same at both places. Whereas before, this was a much different interface that we used.
Okay.
So now they use the same interface, which is really just nice and easier for future employees, or if anyone needs to assist with ingesting content or anything like that. It's a lot easier to go back and forth now.
Well, plus look at how far you are from there to the screen.
Exactly. The bulb for the outdoor is probably the size of my head. It is massive. And The ones at the indoor, they're a bit smaller. They might be like the size of a fist maybe, but this one's huge. And yeah, it has to play in the elements, and you never know if you're going to get a clear sky or if it's going to be somewhat light. We try to play it once it gets dark, but sometimes we might start it a little early, or we try to wait for dusk. So it's got to be a strong projector to be able to, or a strong bulb to show up on the big screen there.
So what kind of a bulb, or is it actually a bulb or a lamp unit?
It's actually, it's like a lamp unit, yeah. But the bulb for the lamp unit is pretty large. And that's the same at the indoor. It's a lamp unit, but the lamps are much smaller.
Is it LED, or what's the technology? Or is it just like I'm trying to think of the word. Something that's very bright.
Yeah, I'm not sure on the specifics for that. We've swapped this one out. They're good for about 1,000 hours. So we've swapped this one out 2 or 3 times at this point since I've been here. And the indoors the same. They're good for about 1,000 hours, but those you can push a little further. Just after so long, the bulb obviously will be less powerful and isn't as crisp. So we switch this one out a little more frequently, but
the room gets pretty warm.
We have an air AC unit in there that helps keep it cool, but we need that, otherwise it will get really warm. It does get warm in the summer. Just with the heat from the projector and everything, it can really cook in there. But yeah, we have some AC in there that keeps it nice and cool for us.
All right.
We're doing some renovations, getting ready for this year. We're putting on a new door, so.
A new door?
Yep, putting on a new door, working on that. We got a new popcorn machine at the indoor, so we brought the old one here.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So the new server is here. It's not much to look at, but this is just where we plug in. So you got your flash drive, you can plug that in. The satellite, I believe, where does that come in at? I think one of these. The satellite comes in from one of these, I believe. It ingests in.
How long does this take to get going?
It doesn't take too long, actually. You turn this on. It'll boot up. It'll take a little while to connect from here to there, but it shouldn't take too long. Might take a little bit to boot up, but normally it's a couple minutes,
So that program puts everything in order, like previews?
So the program gives you the interface to play, and you can build playlists in there. So then I'll go in before the week, I'll build a playlist of advertisements, trailers, the movie. I'll set in all the cues for when the lights need to turn on and off, or when the radio switches back and forth from, whatever we're broadcasting to, okay, now it's the movie. So that's all set up throughout the week, and we decide, oh wait, we want this trailer to play, we want this to play. Like, we set all that up ourselves.
So if I dropped off a flash drive for an ad
at the indoor.
Yeah, at the indoor.
Mm-hmm.
So they just plug it in and put it on.
Depending on the file, if it's an MP4, I'll convert it to DCP. That's what the projectors play, DCP format, and there's just an online software that I use that quickly converts it. But then it plays smoothly. We've had no problem with that.
What is DCP?
That is a great
Some
question.
proprietary. I should have Googled it. My phone's in the car, though. We'll find out what DCP is. I guess.
Digital Cinema Package.
Well. See, I knew that. I knew it. Oh,
Yeah,
Right.
I should have got that. But yeah, Digital Cinema Package. So everything, all the movies we get sent are DCPs. And yeah, everything that we play is DCP format. So Digital Cinema Package.
Okay.
Here's some of the drives.
Yeah, we just got it. Yep.
Yep. So some of their older movies, they'll send over drives. So this was holiday films. So this was something we would have played. Polar Express. So sometimes for the older movies, they'll still send drives, or they'll send backup drives if they can't get it over satellite.
How many gig is that? Oh, 852?
852.
That's pretty big.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so some of these are 4K on here. 4K. You have your caption, OCAP, CCAP is closed captions. You got scope, is like the aspect ratio. So there's flat and there's scope.
Yeah.
Flat's shorter but longer. Scope is, I guess, taller and shorter.
Well, flat would be what your home screen is.
Yes.
That rectangle, 1.78
exactly.
to 1.
Yeah.
It's a geeky stuff. Then the scope is 2.35 to 1. The real wide.
Yep.
I think Wicked is scope, maybe.
I think it was flat.
Was it flat?
I think it was. I could be wrong though. It's been a month or two. But yeah, we have to set that up with the cues as well. So if if the movie is scope, we have to tell the projector, hey, it's scope. You need to be in the right ratio. Or if it's flat, we got to tell it that. At the indoor, we actually changed the screen size. So there's some boards at the front of the projectors on the screens that you lower or raise depending on if it's flat or scope.
Okay.
And they're just on some hinges that you put up and then you lock them into place, or you unlock them and put them down. Yeah. Here it's a lot easier. This just does everything in the screen. We don't do anything to the screen. This also turns on the sound. I'm just getting static. So this has this has lights, this has the sound, this is volume controls, there's more, this is for the speakers outside, this is our broadcaster or transmitter, that's the right word. You can see we're playing to 100.9, or that's what we're bringing in, and we're transmitting it to 100.1.
Yep.
And then this is just, outgoing FM. So, got a yellow light.
So it's still kind of booting or warming up?
Dinner at the Starlite coming up March 22nd. So we've been doing that for the last few years. Just get a chance to just come get some food, hang out. Sometimes the fire department's here and they like to come show us some fire training, and then they like to get food, and the community comes and supports, so we appreciate the support.
So this is not necessarily connected with a movie, it's just you...
It's just, we're open in the kitchen, we'll have drinks, popcorn, and hot food all open, and you're free to come by and get some food. And just,
what time will it start?
It will go from 4 to 7 on the 22nd. So
22nd?
Yep, of March. So
okay,
we're opening.
I gotta write that down.
So we're opening that early to come in. Yep, all the kitchen will be open. Come order food. Just get some good Starlight food and just help us prepare for the actual movie season to start. And that will start April 19th with Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Yep.
Yeah, so a friend of mine was telling me about that he was gonna go see Minecraft.
Yeah. So it's supposed to be a pretty big movie. We're looking forward to it. And then after that, on Minecraft, I think 2 weeks. And then I believe we're running a double feature. Snow White and Thunderbolts is 1 week. Mufasa and Thunderbolts is another week. And I think Moana and Thunderbolts. I'm not sure on the order of those, but I know those are the 3 that we will be showing together. At least that's the plan for now. So we're looking forward to the release of Thunderbolts. There's a lot of good movies coming this summer, some big movies. Fantastic Four looks really good. There's a new Mission Impossible coming out. There's a new Bad Guys coming out. So there's a lot of good kids movies and a lot of movies for, maybe a little older crowd as well.
What is this thing I saw on Facebook with Porky Pig, like the world's gonna
blow
up or something?
Yeah, I think it's Looney Tunes End of the World.
Yes.
We're showing that at the indoor this week. Should be a great movie for, young and old. I mean, Looney Tunes are a classic.
Is that a new movie?
I believe so.
I'm wondering, because I was talking with someone about it. I said maybe they just took clips from the vintage cartoons and put them together, or maybe it's just a brand new everything.
March 14th, 2025. It's a new movie. The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie.
So it is a new produced.
A new release.
Well, how long is that?
I don't know if I'll be able to.
How many minutes?
Let's see.
It's probably under 2 hours.
Oh, I'm guessing it's probably an hour 20 to an hour 30.
Okay.
You might have. Let's see if we've gotten the keys. Hour 25.
Okay, that's fairly short for today's.
Mm-hmm. No, not too bad. Yeah, this is the keys. So it's just an email we get from the booking company, and you just download them, and then you're able to play your movie. And they're valid for a certain number of days. So the Looney Tunes movie will have from March 13th to April 25th.
So is it days and showings or just days?
It's just days. You can play it however many times you would like.
Yeah.
But you have it booked for a certain amount of time or a certain week. So this one, I believe we only have booked for 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. Normally we do 2 weeks, but sometimes we'll stretch them to 3 if we think the movie can handle it or if it can go as long. And normally they'll send new keys if needed for extra weeks. Yeah, it's only based on time, not on number of showings.
I suppose at the outdoor you're limited on number of showings just because of the light and the sun.
Yeah, kind of. And the outdoor they're a little more closed off with the keys. So at the indoor the keys might be good from the Wednesday or the Thursday because they give you some buffer time to test it. The outdoor the keys might go live, Friday morning, and we're showing it Friday night. So the keys for the outdoor are much more limited in terms of playment. So yes, I guess we are kind of limited to the number of plays at the outdoor just based on external factors. But if we wanted to play it, I guess, during the day, which is a little hard to do, we could. But that's not,
That's not a good idea.
Yeah.
What anything new down the menu over here?
I don't think we have any new items, but we are changing some of our items.
I want to go look at it.
We're adding in some new burgers. At least we're getting different burgers from different companies. We're gonna see about changing up some of our chicken tenders. We're gonna just try some new things. So all the items that we have are the same, but we might just change the type that we're getting, I guess, or some of the things that go with them. So we're excited for a busy year.
These prices are good. They're comparable to a fast food place that's down over here next to Walmart.
Oh yeah. And we like to cook our stuff fresh. Everything's freshly cooked, freshly baked. We're gonna try making some fresh buns this year. So hopefully those go well. And yeah, we try to support people locally, and we like to go to the farmer's market for our greens, for our burgers and things like that. So we try to keep it local. We get our popcorn from Holiday Wholesale. They're a big vendor of ours, Holiday Wholesale. We go through Cisco for some things, Pepsi. Those are the big three that we use. I guess Holiday Wholesale, which they're in the Dells, I believe. Cisco, and they're huge, and then Pepsi obviously is Pepsi, but yeah. So that's mainly where we get them. Holiday Wholesale is great for us. They have pretty much anything and everything we need. Cisco's good for some. That's where we get our cheese curds from. They have really good cheese curds, so we like to go there. And they have just good cleaning products and good just general items for the kitchen or to use around the cinemas. And then Pepsi, obviously, that's where we get all our drinks. So
yeah. I think does that just about wrap it up?
I think so. Yep, we got some spring cleaning we're doing here, getting everything ready for. I guess the 22nd is the kitchen opening, but 19th will be the big opening for movies. So we're hoping to have a busy year this year.
Good. I'm going to come out the 22nd.
It's normally a pretty good turnout. We normally have maybe 20, 30, maybe 30 to 40 people come show up. And if you get the fire department, then you get even more. And it's fun sometimes because you'll have, we like to train new workers around that time, and you'll have their parents will come in, or you'll have parents of employees come in, and it's just good times.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's hanging out. We'll set up some tables so you can eat in here. We're hoping for some good weather. It's been really nice to us so far, so we're hoping it's, somewhat nice. We've got heat or AC in here, so if it's really hot or really cold, we can kind of keep it nice in here. But
And what time does that start?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
4 to 7.
Good. I'll be out here at 4 and make a nuisance of myself with my camera.
We're happy to have you.
Well, good. Well, thanks, Trent.
Yeah, we're looking forward to a good year.
Thank you. See you next week, or yeah, next week.
Yep, next Saturday.
All right. See ya.
Well, thanks for tuning in. There's plenty to do around the area. This weekend, the play will be at the Auditorium Theater, Escanaba in the Moonlight, a little bit of a comedy hunting tale. And we have St. Patrick's Day coming up on the 17th, and on April Fool's Day, it's Election Day as well. Come back next week.